There are new questions this morning about the Justice Department's version of events in Operation Fast and Furious. For the first time now, a former federal agent is speaking out and saying that other agencies knew about the failed gun tracking sting that allowed weapons to flow to Mexican drug cartels. William LaJeunesse live on the story. He's in Sasabe, Arizona this morning with more. William, good morning.
Bill, we're right on the border. This is a very remote crossing, and it was here where on several occasions ICE agents in that building stopped guns that were being smuggled southbound. Well, it turns out that those were part of an ATF operation. Well, that led to a fight between these two agencies, and ICE was told to back off and not interfere with Fast and Furious. Well, it turns out multiple agencies knew about the operation and the danger that it represented.
There's going to be a disaster that's going to happen. Someone is going to get killed. Unfortunately, Brian Terry is that nightmare that came true.
Former Tucson Drug Enforcement Chief Tony Colson says the ATF wasn't the only federal agency with a hand in Operation Fast and Furious.
On two occasions that I know of, that weapons that ATF were trying to walk into Mexico, ICE actually interceded and seized those weapons.
The DEA also helped, providing intelligence on suspected ringleader Manuel Celis Acosta.
The ATF shared the same wire room inside this building with the DEA, where they would monitor live conversations of their targets. Now, this lasted for more than a year as the ATF tried to identify two high-level cartel associates, the money men behind Fast and Furious. Well, according to documents, both the DEA and the FBI knew who these men were, but didn't bother to tell the ATF. In fact, their names were written on call sheets inside here, but the ATF never saw them.
The FBI also admitted both men were confidential informants, making them off limits and unindictable.
So for a year, ATF agents were looking for these two guys. They were already on the FBI payroll. So for a year, the DEA and the FBI knew who they were and did not tell the ATF, knew their identities the day that Fast and Furious began and a year before Brian Terry was killed. Bill, these guys are still inside the cartel, considered a national security asset. But a review of this, a congressional review, has determined that as one reason this was a massive failure.
Well, William LaJeunesse continues to trickle in. Thanks. In Arizona today.